Ah, all right. People is coming in. They're coming in. What else we need? You. Oh no.
You want to play that video just for 5 minutes?
5 minutes? It is?
I mean, just to give them, no, it's
Okay.
not 5 minutes. While
Okay.
people come in.
It's on Instagram, your Instagram. Soul Insight Islamism. Welcome. Good morning. Happy Holy Day. It's a holy day. Come on in, welcome. Give it a few minutes before we begin our wonderful Sunday school. We love you all. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here with us. We'll learn some more science today. We're so thankful to be Moorish Americans. Okay, Islam family, everybody's coming in. We wanted to play a video for you this morning. Okay. And it's on your page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cuban Queen. Which one was it? This one?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play you this quick video of some things we did as Moorish Americans around the community. That's some events we went to, some FBI symposiums that we've had in the past, and we bring that up because we were watching something about Fred Hampton. Hampton. He was in the Black Panthers, right? And we were seeing all the struggles that these brothers went through and all the, the things that they, how they were fighting with the FBI and arguing with them, have being spied on by them. And here in Temple 43, we're in such a different atmosphere because we're partners with the FBI. They love us. They give us jobs. They give us opportunities. And the difference between us and the Black Panthers is they were Negroes. They were Black people. And as Black people, they were invalid. They were out of law. They were out of the constitutional folds of law. And, their program did not rise. Their program died. It passed out. And what's funny is Noble Drew Ali had been created the Moorish Science Temple of America, a way to free our people 40 to 50 years prior to that. The FBI knew this, the CIA, all of law enforcement knew this, and they just allowed the Black Panthers to do their thing, but they knew the Negro could never rise in America. This is not his land. This is very interesting. But what we're going to talk about that today. JL, are you ready to do your your kids video? Yes. Come on, Gracie's Corner had a new song out. Want to play Gracie's Corner real quick?
You wanna do this?
Okay. I'm also gonna do our singing bowl. Do our singing bowl while JL gets ready. Here we go.
No.
So we do our singing bowl to clear the energy, clear the ethers. We are Moorish Americans. We're aware of the various forms of life on the various ether planes. So we like to clear all of that energy, put us all into a state of learning, a state of peace. So, okay.
Yeah.
And then we're
Come
gonna
on, you wanna see Gracie Corner?
come on.
No. You wanna do a veces?
She has a new
No.
shape song. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna share it. So this is a new Gracie's Corner song. We like to keep the parents and the children updated with the, the new educational songs. So here's Gracie's Corner again. And I guess they have a new song out. It's about shapes. Okay.
If you're interested in sewing, you need to stop what you're doing and pay close attention. What I'm about to
Here we go.
Yeah, let's learn about them. Yeah, let's learn.
And again, it's melanated brothers and sisters giving educational things for our children.
Gracie's
Here we go.
You know, what that one today?
All right, friends.
Good.
We've learned our numbers. We've learned the alphabet. Now let's learn the shapes. Are you ready, 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 ready? 'Cause I'm ready, 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 ready. Are you ready, 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 ready? 'Cause I'm ready, 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 ready. Let's learn about the shapes. Oh yeah, let's learn about them. Yeah, let's learn about them. Yeah, let's learn about the shapes. Oh yeah, let's learn about them. Yeah, let's learn about them. Yeah, let's learn about the shapes. Circle, square, and rectangle. Oval, trapezoid, triangle. I admit shapes are lit, so come on, we can learn them all. Circle, this is a circle. It goes round and round. It goes round and round. Like the wheels on a bus all around the town. Like the nose of a clown that is red and round. Let's learn about the triangle. This is a triangle. It has 3 sides and 3 nice angles. Okay, look around. You know what I mean? A triangle like the cone of my ice cream. Let's learn about the square. This is a square. 4 sides, they're the same everywhere. That's right, just like I said. 4 corners, like my slice of bread. Let's learn about rectangle. This is a rectangle.
Whoa.
We can find the shape everywhere we look. Like a bus or a door. It's also the shape of a book. Let's learn about the oval. This is an oval. It's round and it has no sides. It's the shape of an egg or a football, or the track where the race cars drive. Let's learn about the trapezoid. This is a trapezoid. It has 4 sides, just take a browse. Trapezoids, we see them everywhere, like a bucket or the roof of a house. Let's learn about the rhombus. This is a rhombus. Look up, we can find one in the sky. the shape of a kite. It's the shape of a diamond. Use your hands to throw a rhombus up high. Let's learn about the pentagon. This is a pentagon. It has 5 sides. We can count them all. You can find them anywhere if we just look around, like the patterns on a round soccer ball. Let's learn about the hexagon. This is a hexagon. It has 6 sides. Yeah, we're in the zone. Ask me, where can we find it? Then I'll show you a big honeycomb. Let's learn about the octagon. This is an octagon. It has 8 sides. We're on top. We see it every day on our way to school. It's the shape of the sign that says stop. Let's learn about the shapes. Oh yeah, let's learn about them. Yeah, let's learn about them. Yeah, let's learn about the shapes. Oh yeah, let's learn about them. Yeah, let's learn about them. Yeah, let's learn about the shapes. Circle, square, and rectangle.
Yes.
Oval, trapezoid, triangle. I admit, shapes are lit, so come on, we can learn them all.
All
Thanks for
right.
singing and dancing with me.
All right, so that was Gracie's Corner. It was a shape song. We think it's very important. And as you can see, we have a growing young lady right here. Sometimes they have different energies. Some days they have attitude. Some days they don't want to listen. But as parents, you got to fight through the storm and always stay facing the goal. So the goal is to get her to memorize and understand her shapes. And one of the most fascinating things about being Moorish American is that we understand music is a way to get your child to learn quickly, fast. So even though she wasn't looking at it or paying attention, right, the sound still was going into her mind and she's still memorizing, her different shapes. So throughout the day, she might say, oh, that's a square. Oh, that's a triangle. Oh, that's a circle. Oh, because the music, right? The music can penetrate even the most rebellious of minds, the most cranky of children. That music and playing that music, with educational information in the background is also beneficial. It's just amazing. So I think it's important that, we introduce our children to, musical understandings of shapes, numbers, so that we can build this beautiful community so that we can take over this world again. But good morning. So that we got to pray in also. We're going to do Spanish as well. Right? All right, so let's go ahead and pray in, everybody. Let me open up. Okay. So let's do 2 fingers on the right hand, 5 fingers on the left hand. We're going to pray in, and we're going to talk about some more science today. Okay. Please repeat after me the Moorish American prayer. Allah.
Allah,
The Father of the universe.
the Father of the universe,
The Father of love.
the Father of love,
Truth.
truth,
Peace.
peace,
Freedom.
freedom,
And justice.
and justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector,
My guide.
my guide,
And my
and
salvation.
my salvation,
By night
by night
and by day.
and by day,
Through his holy prophet.
through his holy prophet,
Drew Ali.
Drew Ali.
Amen.
Amen.
Islam. Okay. And now we're going to do it in Espanol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Allah,
Allah.
Padre del universo,
Padre del universo.
Padre del amor,
Padre del amor.
la verdad,
La verdad.
la paz,
La paz.
la libertad
La libertad.
y la justicia.
Y la justicia.
Allah es mi protector,
Allah es mi protector.
mi guía
Mi guía.
y mi salvación.
Y mi salvación.
Sobre su santo profeta,
So es su santo
profeta,
profeta.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Amen.
Amen.
I hope I didn't skip anything. I was doing it in my
I know,
head.
but that's good. That's good. we're getting better every week so that we can all memorize it because I don't have it memorized yet. I'm sorry. But good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday school. We're going to talk about being Moorish American again. Last week we talked about Jamal Afghani. We introduced him as one of the Noble Drew Ali's influencers. We talked about who made you, Allah, right? We talked about so much. So let's get back into that today. Okay? So if you would, could you take out one of the most powerful pamphlets to ever manifest on this earth? Something that was before the Black Panther Party, something that was put into place to save our people, to redeem our people, but it was buried and our people went through even more dark times. They got shot up, they got killed, they were protesting, marching, walking around, looking crazy. When in reality, they had the salvation right under their fingertips. But certain societies, things, kept certain information from us. But we're blessed by Allah today to be able to have access to this information, to be really free, to be those indigenous Moorish Americans here on this land. Oh, this is the power of this book. So I'm talking about the Quran questions for Moorish Americans, right? It's very small, but please don't take these few pages lightly because it's very heavy. First of all, it's your authority as a Moorish American. It's the proof that your government is real. It's the incorporation of it is on the back, right? Hers revised stats. Illinois Religious Corporations Act. Come on, this is not a church. This is not 501c3. This is a Moorish Science Temple of America before the Vatican. Okay, that's what this is. So please don't allow the appearance of things to lead you astray, right? But yeah, we're talking about this powerful pamphlet right here, our history book, the Quran Questions for Moorish Americans. When you open it, it says, it gives you a Moorish American prayer. Then it says Quran Questions for Moorish Children. And that's to humble us all, to let us all know that we're children in this science, Children meaning it's new to us. We're open to a new experience. We're excited to come into a new experience of this Moorish freedom. So we're all children here. We're all learning. Nobody is over anyone. We're all humble. We're all on the same level. Yes, we're sitting in different seats, but we're all on the same ground level. That's one beautiful thing about our corporation, is that it's a humbling experience. We're all manifests of Allah. Allah dwells within all of us. And because Allah dwells within all of us, we have a certain respect for each other. So we're all children here. Welcome to Sunday school, children. Okay, so the first question, let's go into it, because I think it's very important to understand this short book of questions. We're not going to go through all of them, but we're going to go through a few. I like to go over the first page just to get it, over. So, who made you? And the answer is Allah, right? Who made you? Allah. As Moorish Americans, we must understand that Allah made us. Not our money, not our finances, not our, our associations with certain things, but it is Allah who made us. And if Allah made you, you're all powerful, you're almighty, right? Allah made you, so he made you in perfected states, right? When you look at yourself in the mirror, you should say, wow, Allah's creation is excellent. You should feel amazing about yourself, because why? Allah made you according to law. By law, Allah made me. How about that? Not just my faith, but according to hers revised stats, the Religious Corporation Act, Allah made me. So off bat, I'm under a different jurisdiction. That's just the first question. It's amazing. 2, who is this Allah you talking about that made you? Who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe. So when someone says, who made you? The Father of the universe. Oh, you didn't know? This is why I'm an angel and I came into your being to help you understand. The Father of the universe made you. You think the Father of the universe makes mistakes? Oh, I gotta go make this correction because the Father of the universe, he didn't do me right in this certain aspect of my life. No, the Father of the universe is perfect, is he not? When I look at the mountains and I look at my wife and I say, wow, I lied. It's truly perfect. I mean, the sun, it comes up, it goes, everything is precise. You know, all of the comets that are out in the universe, they always miss us. All of the planets are rotating in perfect order. That's who made me. That's who made you. Y'all feel that? Yes. That's who your Father is. And he's the Father of the universe. At what time are you imperfect? The only imperfections come from you, your thoughts, your thinking, your actions, because the part of Allah is perfect. It's, you know? Can we see him? No, but we talked about it last week. You have the ability to see Allah if you pay attention, if you kind of focus, if you use your intuition, you will begin to see Allah in all the things that you do in every walks of life. Now, now you're in heaven because everywhere you go, you see Allah. The game is so beautiful. It's just like, oh, why are you stressed out? I mean, look at Allah right there. Why are you worried? Don't you see Allah behind your problems? Moorish America, it's just beautiful. This is you, though. This is just, we come together to remind ourselves of who we are. We can see Allah. We might not be able to see him together, but individually on our own journeys, Allah will become present to you. Have you seen Allah lately? Beautiful thing. I have. I see Allah in the attitude that my daughter gives me when I try to tell her, hey, do you want to watch the kids video today? And she says, I don't want to watch the kids video today. No. Oh, wow, look at Allah. That decision making, that thought, that thinking, that choice, that authority, that determination to do what she wants to do. She's not going to allow the emotions of others to sway her from her goal. Her goal was to watch her video this morning. So I'm looking at all of this transpire. I'm like, wow. At the end of the day, instead of getting angry and upset, I said, Allah is beautiful. Wow. Instead of yelling, instead of being upset, I say, Allah is wonderful. Look at his works in action. I can see him. Can you? You can too. Yep. That was you. Tell him. It's the voice. You get to hear her voice, her essence, that spirit. Every sound that she makes is wonderful. It's like it's a scream. It might be a yell, but that's sometimes we want to scream, but the European told us we got to be quiet. But these new beings, they come and say, ah, because that's how I feel. But society has suppressed us and said, shh, be quiet, you're too loud. Healthy expressions, yes, it's loud. Just examples of how we can see Allah work, right? Where's the nearest place we can meet him? And then we find out, oh my God, not only do I see Allah, but I could go meet him in my own heart. The boop, 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 boop. The thing that's always beating at all times that I can't control and never gets tired and never needs to go to the doctor. It doesn't get sick. It doesn't need. Don't let me run faster and stress my body out. It's about to be faster to keep up. And then when I relax, it relaxes too. All right. But it never stops. The fascinating thing about the heart for me and for us is, where is that energy coming from? If Allah is not in the heart, then where is the heart getting this energy? Some say the body, but it's not the body because the body needs to rest. The body needs food. The body has desires, right? But the heart, none of that. The heart only feels, up there's some drama coming for you. Up there's some haters. You might need to send them some love. You want to take my fez? I gotta wear my fez. I wear my fez today. I wear my fez. But Allah's in the heart. And
Where your heart?
when your heart, you feel it beating, your heart was beating before you pulled up into this manifest. I saw it. The doctor showed me it was up, 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 up. So that shows me the heart is doing its thing before we even know that it exists. The heart is aware that it's living before we are manifest here. Is that not Allah? Then what starts the heart to beat? Because I didn't say, all right, heart, ready, go, and start. It just began to beat one day. And once it started, it never stops. It's like it has infinite energy. When it tells me Allah's in the heart, that's the nearest place I can meet him. It gotta be true because this heart seems to have infinite energy, y'all. It don't need to rest. It don't need to relax. It don't need to kick it, sleep. I gotta get my 8 hours or I'm gonna be cranky. The heart, nah. The heart is infinite. Now, my question is, how do we tap into that infinite energy so that now we don't even need sleep any longer? We don't need to age. I've tapped into the Allah within me. Do you think that's possible? Because the nearest place we can meet Allah is in our heart. What if we can tap into that Allah energy where we don't need to rest either? We can just keep going and going and going. Like our hearts. Our heart is not subject to our conscious mind. We can't say, heart, stop, slow down. Go take the heart it takes orders from someplace else. Who is Noble Drew Ali? He is Allah's prophet. Just like you are Allah's prophet. Why are you Allah's prophet? Well, he was simply a prophet. A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in flesh. A thought of Allah manifested in flesh. A prophet. She says, somebody said the heart takes orders from somewhere else. Yes. Heart takes instructions from someplace else that we can't see. It obeys another master. Akara says, shoot, that's Allah. He in the heart. What you talking about? Somebody got COVID-19. The heart is, it's from someplace else. Maybe we should tap into it. When they say reach within, maybe that's what we're talking about. No, who is Noble Drew Ali? He is Allah's prophet. What is a prophet? A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in flesh. What is the duty of a prophet? To save nations from the wrath of Allah. To save nations from the wrath of Allah, from the wrath of sin. You know, from the karma of doing things incorrectly. It's simple. When you are a prophet or Moorish American, a thought of Allah manifested in flesh, you become a thought of Allah because you've remembered you are acting in the ways that Allah wants you to act, right? So it says to save nations from the wrath of Allah. What is the wrath of Allah? It's simply the karma of doing things incorrectly. It's just like, what is the karma of letting this, what is this? This pocket go? It's a case, yes. What is the karma of letting this case go? Well, as a prophet, I can tell you that from my summoning in the ethers, I can tell you that if I let this case go, gravity is going to take hold of it and it's going to fall to the floor. What am I doing? I'm simply reciting the laws of nature, the laws of Allah, the laws of the universe. And when you recite the laws of the universe, you become a prophet. You can start to predict, oh, that's not going to work out well for you. You're not doing man right. When man honors man, he honors Allah. But you must keep in mind, when man harms in word, thought, or deed, another man. He does it wrong to Allah, the Father of the universe. So this is how we're prophets. So now I know the laws of the universe. I know the laws of gravity. I know that gravity takes hold of anything that's not being restricted. So I can predict if I let this go, it's going to fall. Oh, then people will say, oh my God, he's a genius. No, it's called gravity. You don't know the laws? These are laws here. Just like there are laws to behavior. There are laws to thoughts. There are laws to not having a nationality and knowing who you are. There are laws to being Black. Just like there's physical laws, gravity. And does it ever stop? Does gravity ever lie to me? Does Allah ever lie? Does the laws ever stop? Does it ever turn off? No. So at all times, these laws are in place. At all times, we must be aware of them, or we'll just keep falling. We'll just keep becoming victims of gravity.
Victims of the wrath of Allah.
Victims of the wrath of Allah.
That's what's wrong with people.
Right. Go ahead.
Prophets.
Yes,
Islam, everyone. No, I think it is important to talk about this. Who is Noble Drew Ali, number 5? He is Allah's prophet. Okay. What is a prophet? Who is Noble Drew Ali? He was one of Allah's prophets. And okay, well, what is a prophet? So now they got to give you the definition of what he was, right? What the Allah's prophet was. And that was, a prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in flesh. Are we not all thoughts of Allah manifested in flesh? Are we not all, each one of us? Because we all got him right here in the heart. He's right there.
Wow.
So I'm a thought of Allah manifested in flesh.
Wow.
I think, I think each and every one of us are. Okay. So if we are prophets, then what is our duty? And what was the duty of our prophet? To save the nation from the wrath of Allah. Right?
Yes.
The duty of our prophet, right? If you want to just name him a prophet, and not yourself. Well, his duty was to save the nation from the wrath of Allah. Okay, what is the wrath of Allah? Like we said, when you don't see the heaven in front of you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How you not in heaven?
I felt that. How you not in heaven?
How you worried? Where? How? Worried. Do you hear me? It's what is your duty as a prophet? Because you here, so you a prophet. You know the secret is a prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in flesh. Are you not that? Are you not a thought of Allah manifested in flesh? Yes, I am. So what are you? A prophet?
Yes.
And what is your duty? To save the nations from the wrath of Allah? Also, my duty is to be an example and to save all my brothers and sisters from the wrath that they got themselves into because they don't understand the secrets that I've been given. We all been given these secrets. If you here today in this time, the secret is there, you're just not looking for it. You ain't found it yet. See, our blessing is we found it. It was brought to you and me.
Yes.
You special. He chose you. How could you not be? You got these secrets. You're here. Oh, excuse me. So your job is to save the nation. Nations with an S, plural. Everybody.
All of them.
Each and every one of your brothers and sisters that's walking around, because just because we got different colors of shades,
yes,
you still my brother, you still my sister.
Right. Damn.
God chose for us to be with each other right now in this very moment. How is he not perfect? Yes, other brothers and sisters have grew up in different mindsets, different psychology, different understandings. That's still your brother, that's still your sister. This is how I look at life. The shades don't mean nothing to me. I'm a Cuban American. We got every shade, from blonde hair, blue eyes, to the darkest, brownest, curly, hair, to the most, what kinky. You mean? Kinky. There Swarthy. You go. That's the word, kinky. There's nothing. There's people that came from Russia there. There's people from China there. There's people from, that came to this island to be Cuban Americans. And so for us, shade is nothing. But growing up here in America, they put the psychology on you that is black and white. So you hate your brother and you hate your sister. And even though we got different rules as far as amalgamation means do not do business with somebody else. And yes, business could be marriage because marriage is in a license and things like that, right? But that still is a human being. That person still got a piece of Allah in there. So who are we to judge these people? So yes, they have an evil mentality, but if you have an evil mentality, you just gonna be under the wrath of Allah. That's it. That's what your karma is. That's what you got on this heaven, that wrath over your head.
It's so beautiful.
But so I just wanted to say, I didn't want to skip over these 5, 6, and 7. Who is Noble Jew Ali? He is Allah's prophet. To me, that's my brother, because he was real. We went on his birthday, we went over his life, and we seen he was a human being just like you and me.
Yes.
That's my brother.
Yes.
And he was our prophet. He was chosen to bring us these secret lessons. So that's my brother, and he's the prophet of Allah. He did his job. He wasn't perfect, just like none of us here are perfect, right? But he was still a prophet. And a lot of people mistake, a prophet is, you know, with the Christian mentality, it's like Jesus was a prophet. And so you get to praying to him and all this stuff. And that's not what we're doing here. No, we're not praying to our brother. We are grateful. We give him all honors because he was the chosen one, right? To bring us this information, to compile it, right? To bring it to you, to leave it for you, even 130 something years later. Here you go. How you not chosen? How you not Allah's prophet?
We could have been Black Panthers.
For real. Okay, we can keep going.
All right, let's go. Sorry. So we saving the nation from the wrath of Allah. The wrath is not following these laws.
That's not for that.
You're not following the game right. You're not playing the game right. You still hating on your brother. You still hating on your hater. You can't even hate on your hater. There's laws out here, or that wrath is coming for you. You'll be scared. You'll be worried. Things will be coming for you. The drama will be coming for you. Your mind will be stressed. You have no peace of mind. You won't be able to enjoy the sun that's shining on you today because the bills is coming. So you're under the wrath. Allah said, focus on me first. I'll clear all that out of your heart. Did you look at the sun and say, wow, Allah, you did it again?
For real.
I mean, dang, the sun just perfect. It's just whoop, whoop. I don't even have to guess. I can predict my whole year. Man is so cocky. He goes and does the whole calendar, the whole year. Is that not a guarantee that the sun is going to come up?
Right.
Is that not a confirmation in the perfection of Allah? I mean, when I get a calendar for 2022, it tell me, okay, February is going to be like this, and March is April and May and June and July. How I know if we gonna even have it tomorrow? Oh, we all know Allah. Allah is that one, the father of the universe. All right, let's keep going. So someone said something in the chat, man. Could you please check that? I'm gonna keep going though.
Okay, go ahead.
So that wrath, y'all, the wrath. But we're prophets and we about to save the people from the wrath. But to save them, we gotta be saved first. We can't be in the wrath if we're gonna save them. Who is the founder? And today we're also going to talk about how we're part and parcel of this government. It goes beyond just faith. Who is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America? Noble Drew Ali, that prophet who came to save the nations from the wrath of Allah. That's the one who started the Moorish Science Temple of America. Because through the Moorish Science Temple of America, he's able to save the nations from the wrath of Allah. How? He's going to turn these Negroes into Moorish Americans. That's how. What year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? 1913 AD. The Moorish Science Temple of America was founded in 1913 AD. So why the civil rights? Why so many Negroes was popped up in the 60s and the 70s off some Black Power type stuff? What was going on? If the Moorish Science Temple of America was founded in 1913, he been telling you not a nigga. He been telling you Black Power is not it. Why y'all Black Power with it? That's why y'all Oh, y'all had to run away. Oh, y'all got locked up. Oh, dang, some of them got killed. Y'all didn't know about the prophet though? I said 1913 AD was when the Moorish Science Temple of America was founded. But hold on, Fred Hampton got popped in. Wait a minute. Let's see. And the dates are very important too, so we can see how powerful our prophet was. And look, people didn't listen. Let's do civil rights movement. Right? We need some civil rights. All right, so it wants to act slow. All right. When was the civil rights movement? The civil rights movement was a struggle for social justice that took place mainly during the 1950s and 1960s for the Black Americans to gain equal rights under the law in the United States. So the Black people was trying to get rights in the United States. But I thought we was all American citizens. I thought we was all. I showed you that to show you how the prophet was 1913 on them. He'd been telling them they not Negroes, Blacks, or colored, because these names was given to slaves in 1779 and lasted till 1865 during the time of slavery. Oh, y'all didn't know? But y'all in the 50s with this silliness. He'd been telling you that you wasn't Black since the 1913s. This is the corporation we're a part of. We bypassed all that foolishness, all that foolish Black stuff. We learned from them. Oh, that's not the way to do it. That's not going to work. Why didn't it work? And for some reason, we were blessed enough to get this information about Noble Drew Ali. Then on top of that, we were able to identify ourselves as them Moorish Americans, not just Black people, but indigenous. I'm sorry, officer. I'm going to drink out of this water fountain because I'm indigenous to the land. I'm not a Black person. I can sit anywhere on the bus because my people gave you permission to be here in America. I'm a Moorish American. This is what the prophet was trying to teach our people back then, 1913 AD. Okay. This is the importance of the dates and why we go through this, because this is what he been 1913, but we still having people getting shot up and killed and hanged. How about till this day? Forget it. Till this day, police still popping them. Why? Could it be that they're still trying to play the Black role?
They're under the wrath of Allah.
Could it be that they're under the wrath of Allah? Wow.
I don't want to wake up. Or maybe ain't nobody brought it to them yet.
Ain't nobody brought it to them yet. That's why we're here. Maybe it's on Allah to send them over here. But 1913, he been saving them. This is how long our corporation has been going. Our religious corporation, our government, our body politic, Moorish Science Temple of America.
Wow.
That's how long. 1913. Oh, you're reading the chat. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Where was it created? Newark, New Jersey. Why Newark, New Jersey? There was a plan behind that. Where was Noble Drew Ali born? He was born in the state of North Carolina, 1886. So you have a brother that was born in this racist part of the country. Ooh, they couldn't stand you if you had some melanated skin. Not only was he born in these trying conditions, these trying times, brothers and sisters, fresh out of slavery, right? 1865, that's when in the time 1865 was the time when slavery was over, right? Or the end of the time for slavery, according to our Constitution, right? Noble Drew Ali, a few years later, 26 years later, was born. Boop. So imagine the conditions at the time. Nobody could read, right? They barely could talk, walk. They had nothing. They owned nothing. They was fresh out of slavery, 20 years, fresh out. Couldn't do this, couldn't do that, legally bound. But Noble Drew Ali was able to educate himself, travel the world, read. He knew how to read, y'all. I said 1886. He knew how to read a book. Not only did he read books, but he was reading the best books all over the world and compiling them. He wasn't plagiarizing them. He was being a brother in the early 1900s, reading. Forget he took this from that, he took that from that. How about he was reading a book? I'm gonna show y'all something. Let's talk about reading. Let's do it.
No, I'm listening to class.
Let's do this. This is reading.
Let's go.
Where you want to go?
That one. Him. This man is so famous, I don't even have to finish typing in his name. It pops up. Right? Look, this dude. Right? Let's look at him. His nickname is Pretty Boy Money. Okay. Total fights 50, wins 50, knockouts 27. Right? He has a lot of money. He's always flossing his money. Always got a lot of money, right? Can the man read?
Okay, come on.
The man can't even read. Okay? I said the man can't even read. He has millions, capillions. He has quadrillions. When people see him, they respect him. But he can't even read. Noble Drew Ali was reading. Okay, he was reading. Do you know how hard it is to learn how to read? You got to go to school and reading the and theater, travel. You know, like we got to learn words and suffixes and, pronunciations and timbres. How did he, at this time, learn all of this information? How did he get this education, y'all? We said he was a prophet. A thought of Allah manifested in flesh. How did Noble Drew Ali in this early 1900s was able to read? How did he even know about these books? To even compile them, not let alone read them, but to compile them. How did he know? Did he go to a photocopy machine in the night? Did he memorize it and write it down himself? How did Noble Drew Ali do all the things that he did in the early 1900s? Isn't that fascinating, y'all? And we're learning all of this. We haven't even finished this first page, and it's so fascinating. It's so deep. What do you mean he was born in, first of all, he was born in North Carolina, 1886. Wow. I don't even know how he got educated. Then he was wise enough to move. He moved. You know how hard it is to move from one state to the next? You got to pack your stuff. You got to know where you're going. You got to have a vehicle. Okay? Just, let's really think about this. The man was born in North Carolina, racist city, learned how to read and write, educated himself while everybody else was bumbling and fumbling, slaving around. Noble Drew Ali was born, then he moved to another state and he set up the Moorish Science Temple of America. He created a business. He created a corporation in 1913. What brother around at that time knew how to create a corporation? Who had a corporation, a brother like that? Besides Marcus Garvey, you see they was on the same team. But what other brother had a corporation at that time? How did he even know how to read the logistics of creating a corporation? Not only was he able to do that, but he created a corporation based off of the Religious Corporation Act that nobody even knows about. Even the people that tried to rob the temple didn't even know. Oops, we missed it. It was under the Corporation Act. Dang. We made a 501c3, Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated. Wrong. Incorrect. You created your corporation incorrectly, Inc. I'm sorry. That's cool. We see what y'all doing. but you didn't follow the rules of the prophet, probably because of your leader. He didn't follow the rules of the prophet either. Sorry to say, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And this is why Temple 43 is here, because we're telling the truth. The prophet was a genius, and ones thought they were smarter than the prophet. Oh, we're going to go do our own thing and set up our own corporation. We're going to snatch this, just take the name and put it under ink. How foolish you are. Do you not know you're dealing with the son of Allah? I told you he created a religious corporation in 1913 when Negroes were slaving. The master, I needed this. What you say is a boss, sir? This man was creating a corporation, a religious corporation. And then people try to play him and go create their own, talking about incorporated. How dare you? Incorporated. Then they go take whatever. Anyways, I'm just saying, I'm just showing you the genius of our prophet Noble Drew Ali and how even ones today missed it. They missed the swagger what our prophet was doing, and that's what they get. You gotta follow the prophet, keep the prophet out in front. You can't be the prophet. What's wrong with you? One's out here trying to be the prophet. The prophet already did it. His name was Noble Drew Ali, 1913. This is what Jones Bay did. Our grand governor kept the prophet out in front. This is why we get victories. Boop, 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 on the whole government. This is why we get these victories, because what Noble Drew Ali did in 1913, we realized he was a genius. Oh my God, look at the moves. He was dunking on people before people was able to dunk. He was dunking from the 3-point line before people even knew dunking exists. Crossing them. I'm like, oh, he was doing the fadeaway on him. Me and the grand governor's like, he's doing the fadeaway on him before people even knew the fadeaway was possible. 1913. Newark, NJ. Why? Because he's playing a legal game on you. I'm gonna hit you with Newark, New Jersey. Then I'm gonna flip it on you and create my corporation in Chicago. Did he not?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is why we're winning. This is why he was the prophet. He was doing things beyond us. Then he told us we Moorish Americans. What is his nationality? Moorish American. What is your nationality? Moorish American. Why? Because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America. We are descendants of the ancient Moabites and born in America. There was no need for the 50s and the 60s and the 40s and all that. The drama getting sprayed with water. What are you doing? And this is what the FBI and all of them was doing. They was slicing their heads off. Wop, 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 wop. And as a Negro, we think, oh, that was against us. The FBI wanted to take us out. No, they're our friends. They're like, come on, Moors, wake up. We need y'all to wake up because this nigga is out here trying to ruin the world. He's the devil walking. We cannot have a black Messiah out here. That's the devil walking. It's Satan. It's the thought of Allah, totally under the rule of Satan. He's all powerful. He out here. That black man is no joke. You see his music got the whole world. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay? If we let that black Messiah rise, he'll have the whole world burnt up. So Noble Drew Ali had to come and set up the Moorish Science Temple of America and put us on a pedestal where we bypass being a Negro. He puts us back into the fold of being ancient beings of the land. How you gonna tell me I can't drink out of the water? I'm ancient. I was here before you even existed. My peoples was actually the fact that you're here is because my peoples allowed it. I'm a Moorish American.
That's wrong. It's a different mentality.
It's a different mentality. I'm not angry at you, brother, because you might not know you have a little racism in you. And it's only because you're not aware. You might think I'm a Negro. Mm-hmm. I might not be walking with my turban or my fez on.
And what's also interesting is before the prophet, right?
Man.
The Dungy
first
case.
Page. It's the first page.
The Dungy case, right? I'm not sure when that was. When was the Dungy case?
I'm gonna find it.
Because we like to study all the time. And, Dungy case is something that we've been, kind of came across. But we were recently watching Tashariq Bey under was the House of Awakening Minds with Dr. G, and she's our member as well. And so, and we love Dr. G, by the way, because she's always putting us out in front. She always, what about Temple 43? Like she be putting us out there.
She do.
So they were going over this case as well. And this case is so significant because it's like, first of all, one of the presidents, the former presidents of the United States of America, that incorporation that they created, right? The president, the man who was running stuff for this nation over here, this land over here, was a lawyer at one point, right? Before he became the president, he was a lawyer. And he defended someone.
Joseph Spencer.
Yes, Joseph Spencer. He defended a Moor. And mind you, he was melanated and they tried to call him a Negro. And like Tashariq was saying, what they were trying to do was take away his deeds. Because if you're a Negro, right, that you can't own any land. If you're a person of color, then legally you can't own any land. So if I call you a Negro and that's what you go for, you a Negro, you black, okay, well, it's not your land then, brother. You gotta go. You a former slave. Soldiers. So you don't have no rights in this country, on this nation, in this land, according to us.
Yes.
Right? The people that's running stuff right now. So Abraham Lincoln had to say, hold on, wait a minute.
Yes.
Had to go and be this man's lawyer and protect him in law in their own courtrooms, in their own games, and say, hold on. That's a crime to
Abraham
be a Negro.
Lincoln knew it was a crime to be a Negro.
It was a crime. And what year was this?
This was, let's see, real quick.
Just because of significance, 1855?
1855.
1855.
It's been a problem to be a Negro.
So the problem is with our people, they don't read.
How about 100 years later, they was still 1850, 1950?
Yes, this is the problem. 100 years later, y'all not reading stuff, because if you get the reading and knowing your laws and your constitutions and this and that and then the third, you run into this if you do your history, right? And you learn stuff and you get to realize and open your mind, wait, what? My client is not a Negro.
Ooh.
Though it is a crime to be a Negro.
Abraham Lincoln, y'all. Please look up this case. It is the William Dungy versus, what's the case called? William Dungy versus Joseph Spencer, okay? That's the case. And the reason we brought it up is to show you that what the prophet was doing corresponds with this argument that has been a problem.
It's been a problem.
Even Abraham Lincoln knew, and he's the president of the United States, one of the most famous ones, right? He knew it was a crime to be a Negro. So again, the prophet was way before his time because he was arguing this already. 100 years later from that 1855 case, we have.
And I didn't ask anything. I asked you and came up in here and said, "Baby, do you want me?"
But yeah, that's the problem. He was before his time. He was ahead of his time. The prophet was, right? Even in 1855, people was going to court off this Negro stuff. I'm sorry, you can't call me a Negro in public. I'm gonna lose everything. What's your problem? Abraham Lincoln was like, don't even trip, bro. I got you. Won the case.
Sure did.
Abraham Lincoln.
So that goes to show you in their own courts, they know exactly what's going on. That everybody knows what's going on, except for our brothers and sisters who's under the wrap. How y'all out here talking about black pride and black this and black? Hold on, it's a crime. It's been a crime. What are y'all doing? 100 years ago, it was a crime. What are you doing today calling yourself that? What are you doing? You're not reading. You're not trying to wake up to this. And this is why the government and the FBI like, hold on. It is a crime to be a Negro.
Yes.
So how are you, Black Panther, Black Pride, walking around with guns and threatening our even though they were racist, the police officers at the time too. Yeah. Like I tell my husband, I feel like Allah allows things because they was living under the wrath too, being mean to our
Ooh.
people because of the color of their skin.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's
things
true.
like that. But at the same token, if you get this mentality and these secrets and you start get to learning and understanding, you know, your real history, that don't even apply to you. You're not even trying to be that. You know that is something that they created, and that's the name that they put on our people all these years ago. And we're not tied to that. Like, yeah, like I tell my children, because my children always say that some of their ancestors on their father's side, right, were slaves. And I said, okay, and what does that mean? Just because they were slaves then, slavery ended. What about before then? What about now? It's okay, even if your family were slaves. I have aunties and uncles, great aunties and uncles that were also slaves in Cuba. And I'm talking about before that, I'm talking about after that. Before that, you was a Moor. After that, now you're a Moorish American. What you mean? I don't care about what they did at that time and what they were at that time. You are not that now. And that's not who I'm tying myself to be. And even if I was, and that is in my bloodline or whatever, that's not what I'm portraying, because that's a name that you put, that the European put on my people.
Yes.
When my people were asleep.
Remember, it changed. It was colored.
Right. It was colored, African American, black.
Then it went to black.
Right. And you let some Black Panthers say it, and they say, we took that name. That was our name. We wanted to be that. We called ourselves Blacks, the Black Panther Party.
And they all...
And it went left for them. Even though we seen what they were trying to do, they were trying to unite.
Right.
You know, they came out with the breakfast program. You know, they did some good things, and they're very powerful and very prominent in our society, in our history as people, but they were doing it wrong. This is why it's so important to be a Moorish American, because not only are we portraying who we are morally and in front of other people, but legally though.
And all right, let's go into our Constitution. We have a Constitution. It's not, please give us some rights. It's our rights are derived from this Constitution here. Let me change the camera real quick.
Okay.
Boom. All right. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality. Who is the us? A real temple. A temple that's tied into the original Moorish Science Temple of America, which is associated with, or which was created just like the Vatican was under the Religious Corporations Act. This is the difference between Temple 43 and all of the other temples of the country, right? It's our structure, it's how we were created. That makes us an us. A lot of these temples, not even the us yet. With us, a legitimate temple, all members must proclaim their nationality. And we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a partial of this said government. You are a part and a partial of this said government. And know that they are not Negroes, colored folk, Black people. Mind you, this existed in 1913, okay? And our people were screaming and crying for civil rights and Black power. And the prophet was telling you, y'all not Black people. All right, y'all not Ethiopians. Y'all none of this. Stop playing that role. Why? Because these names legally and lawfully were given to slaves. So if you're playing that role, you're a slave. It's been in law since 1913. This is why the Black Panther could never rise. First of all, it's against the law to be a Negro. And if you want to be a Negro, you are just a bunch of slaves. Duh. These names were given to slaves according to our Constitution, according to our law. These are slave names that you are carrying. Of course, they're going to run in and shoot you all up. You're terrorist. You're ex-slave terrorist. Talking about you about to take over the country. Yeah, right. We got the biggest guns. This is America. They might start shooting you from the telescopes. What's up? From the satellites. They'll shoot you from the telescopes and the satellites. What you talking about?
Or they'll lie on you.
Or shoot, we just make up a
How
lie.
simple, they'll lie on you and just have you as their captive. We'll just hold you in our jails. There's plenty of them.
Slave. These names are given to slaves. What you talking about? Black power. Black History Month. It's Slave History Month. These names are given to slaves in 1779. It lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. If your child is in school, you need to tell your teacher, we don't do Black History Month. That's Slave History Month according to our law, my divine constitution and bylaws. And my child don't need to know about Slave History Month. Because these names were given to slaves. So Black History Month is Slave History Month from the perspective of a Moorish American, right? These names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865. Mind you, the prophet was born in 1886. He was fresh out of slavery. How did he do the things he was doing fresh out of slavery? I'm just saying he was a prophet. And this is why we followed that prophet. Because that prophet gave us examples of his works. From your works, you'll know who I am. I know it's an orange tree because it gives me oranges. I know he a prophet because he was doing things that was, what is it? Unordinary. He was doing aboriginal things that was different than what a slave was doing in the 1800s.
Yeah.
This is why we call him a prophet. Why you call him a prophet? Is it because you praying to him? Or we call him a prophet because we say, oh, that's Allah working. That's Allah working through him. Look what he was doing it fresh out of slavery, telling people they wasn't Black.
That's why.
Telling people they wasn't slaves. You need to stop it before the wrath comes on you. 1950s, 1960s, 2000s, COVID-19. You need to stop being slaves because they got some for their slaves. But this is a new era of time now. 1913, it's been a new era of time. And all men now must proclaim their what? We already proclaimed our nationality. Now we got to proclaim something else. It's 2 proclamations that exist now as a member and as someone who knows their nationality and they were taught their divine creed and they know that they're not Black, Negroes, or coloreds. Now they have the power and the right to now proclaim their free national name. Why? To be recognized by the government in which they live. Why do you want to be recognized with the government in which you live? Because we said we're part and partial. We're part and partial. Should I hit him with the dollar? I'm going to hit him with the dollar. We're part and partial. Why? We're part and partial. You see it? You see this one? And this one is 2 seals. It's 2 seals on this dollar. It's 2 seals on this dollar. The dollar has never been changed. Why don't flip the dollar up? Why don't change the dollar? They changed the 100. They changed the 50. They even changed the 20 and the 10 and the 5. But the dollar is the same. Why? Why the dollar is still the same seals? The great seals. 2 seals, 1 country. We're part and partial. Wait, let's keep going. Part and partial of this said government. And that they may know. To be recognized in the government in which they live. Why? Why you want to be recognized in the government in which you live? Because you're part of the good government. You're part of this government. So when the government recognizes you, oh, you're Moorish American. Recognized by the government in which they live in the nations of the earth. Oh, the nations of the earth know who you are. Once you proclaim your nationality and your free national name by going to the court, going through the process of the name change. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali. Not because he was a great spiritual being, but Noble Drew Ali's purpose for being here, the reason why we honor him, is so he can redeem his people from their sinful ways. You're in sinful ways right now. Why? You don't know who you are. Let's go to the preamble. Has anybody read the preamble?
I think we got a hand raised.
Oh, yes, hand.
It's Brother Boyer.
Islam Moors.
Yeah.
I wanted to elaborate first. I wanted to say thank you for Temple number 43 for doing it the way the prophet put out there and leaving his example, because what you're touching on right now, more I was looking at the fact that the brother's name was Timothy Drew. And then as the brother advanced in his knowledge, his name came Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So he did exactly what we're doing with our name correction. We're keeping our last name as first and using our noble titles as the family name for these lands. And so when I seen you touch on that, I wanted to express that this temple is doing the same process in which the prophet said to lay down. Two, I wanted to touch on the fact that you just put the dollar down there with the seals, and you asked what is these seals on the dollar for. And from my understanding, our seal was left on the dollar because the dollar was the most known note that our people was handling at that time. And by our seal being on there, it was a reminder of the gold that the Moors gave to this corporation to start the United States of America. So it was in order for us to never forget the debt which is owed to the Moors for this corporation called the United States of America. And so that's what I want to touch on as far as with the dollar. And last but not least, I wanted to hit I was waiting. Just recently, for all those who are not cognizant on the shots and the COVID and all the rest of that stuff, I know in the San Diego News down here in Southern California where I'm at, they have said that only those that have not a U.S. citizen, state citizen, a national, or an original inhabitants of the land, we do not have to show any form of identification for the COVID. So I think we're moving forward as far as nationals and claiming our citizenship, because those are still in corporate state are being forced to show their vaccination cards. I just wanted to share that.
He was saying that nationals and other
national U.S. state citizens, nationals, and anybody that's a permanent resident do not have to show vaccination cards. Anything else has to show a vaccination card.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Islam.
Islam, brother. Yes. But yes, and I'm glad he talked about it. Now, trip off of this. This dollar has never been changed, manipulated, altered, right? And in our Constitution, we're part and parcel of this said government. And when we go change our name and proclaim our free national name in the governments in which we live, this is how we get recognized. Recognized as what? Recognized as being part and parcel of this said government. Now, if we go, we're going to see our part and parcel in the preamble. Now we're going to read this preamble, and I want you to see if you can notice the two different countries in the preamble of the Constitution of the United States of America. The preamble is the introduction part of the whole Constitution. Okay. In the preamble, right? Hold on. Before I do that, in the preamble, I want you to see that it talks about two different governments. But before I do that, I want you to go to your Quran real quick. I want you to see that the prophet was a genius. He knew he was a linguistic genius. The brother's game was cold. He was a prophet. Watch this. Watch this. Watch his grammar. The prophet and founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Moorish Science Temple of America, to redeem who? People. To redeem the people from their sinful ways. Look at the capital P though. To redeem the capital people. Is that to redeem the people from their sinful ways, right? Who are the people? Let's go to it. We, the capital P. Why is it a capital P? Just like the people in the prophet, the people, we, the lowercase capital P. Oh, they know their grammar. Why this P ain't capital then? They just capital everything. No, they know their grammar. So why is this people capital? Maybe he's referring to the same people. We, the people of the what? United States. Okay. United States. We, the people of the United States, okay, they're going to do something in order to form a more perfect union, okay, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, right, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, comma, do ordain and establish this Constitution for who? The United States of America. Do y'all see the two governments there? You have the United States, then you have the United States of America. Okay? Just like these two seals here. You have United States, where we go? United States of America. Two seals. United States of America.
Point it out again. So one seal has a pyramid, right? That is your ancient, that's your ancient seal from your people. You see that pyramid? That's you. That's what you tied yourself into. Now you see that eagle? That's the pyramid is the United States.
Yes.
Right. And we're talking about United States. We're talking about Canada. Talking about what's that up there?
The Union
Iceland?
of
What is that?
States, the United States, the different
all the way down
states
to
of the Americas.
Yes. Okay. All the way down from
United
up there.
States.
What's that? Greenland, Iceland, whatever that is up there. All the way down to what's that? Peru down there?
Peru.
All the way down. We're talking about all of that. That's the United States. That's who approved this, what was it, Constitution?
Yes.
They approved it for who? For the
United States
of America, which is a difference. That's another nation. Right? So this is what I mean. If y'all see the screen now, the first seal with the pyramid, with those ancient pyramids on there, that's what we're tapping into. That's your seal. That's who you belong to. That seal right there. That's who you talking about when you call yourself a Moorish American.
Ancient Moabite.
That seal. Now, the other seal on the other side with the eagle, that belongs to the nation to which we agreed upon to allow them to have this Constitution. And where is that? That's the part up there above South America, under Canada.
Right here.
That's the United States of who? Of America. That incorporated entity, or whatever you want to call it, nation entity, or whatever. That's who we, the people, when we tie ourselves into that seal that's right there, that's who we talking about. And then why does the dollar have two seals? Because we allowed it. We're part and partial of this said government. Okay, so no,
you're coming back to here. You're being recognized as this again. Yes.
That's what we recognize in ourselves. Why do you think it's the pyramid there? That is so significant. That's not
pyramid. Who was the founders of the pyramids? Who started this pyramid game? Who else would that be but the ancient Moabites? You see that? Did y'all see that? We, the people of the United States, create this Constitution.
Of the United States of America.
Where the America at, y'all? They don't know their grammar? Nah, they know their grammar. Watch this. We are part and partial. The Phrygian cap. Have y'all seen the Phrygian cap? It's all over. Let's see. The Phrygian cap. It's a cap that is used a lot in American politics and American trades. It's on the various seals of America, and they try to hide it like it's not a fez. But oh yeah, that resembles a fez. Let me find it. Now I'll show you all the categories where the Phrygian cap is being used, and I'm using this to show you how we're part and partial of this government. And they recognize us by showing various symbols. I'm going to show you this Phrygian cap. I'm going to show you the one on the United States Department of Army. Okay. Part and partial of this said government. What's this right here? Oh, that's a Phrygian cap. But if you do a little research, you can tie the Phrygian cap in with the feds. And you see how they honor us as part and partial of this said government. This is Department of the Army. There wouldn't be no army without these people who gave us liberty. We got our liberty from them. That's why we exist. So when you proclaim your nationality, you're going back to these foes of government. They recognize you. They know who you are.
Yes.
They know exactly who you are.
It's on their notes, their currency notes.
Where's the state of New York? I think it's on here too. Oh, it's on your currency notes. Let's go here. This is what happens when he says we're part and partial. Was he not lying? Wait, he wasn't. Where's the one I want to go to? That was the best one. It was like Congress or something. Let me see. I'm gonna go here. Anyways, y'all can do some research on that. I'm just showing you and I'm tracing you into the dollar itself, y'all. Okay, this is what the prophet brought us back to. He brought us back to the constitutional foes of law. This is where we get our jurisdiction from. Why are you harassing me? Don't you see us on the dollar? Don't you see my seals? Don't you see my fez on my head? Did you look at your dollar lately? Let's go to our Holy Quran. That was just a little bit of history so you can see where we're at, who we are, who you are, actually. This is for who we are. But with all this power, with all this understanding, I also wanted to go into that book, but do we have time?
I don't know what time.
Probably don't have time. So let's go into our Quran really quickly before we close out. But I did want to show, you know, who we are as Moorish American, what it means when we say Allah made us, what it means when we say we are descendants of the ancient Moabites. That's even more. I got to show y'all this one more thing, just to tie you into the ancient Moabites. When we say we are descendants of the ancient Moabites, that's one of the most powerful things moving. Why? We have physical evidence that we exist. We have archaeological evidence that says the Moabites, the ancient Moabites, existed on this land. Because of this Mesha steel, or what's called this Moabite stone, because this stone exists and it was found, it legitimizes the Israelites and the Jews. Not just us, but the Israelites and the Jews. So when we say we are descendants of the ancient Moabites, we tap into physically, lawfully, and archaeologically. When we wear this fez, that's you. That's your Moabite stone. Hold on, I'm an ancient Moabite. You can't deny me. Don't you know about the Moabite stone? Huh? Moabite stone. It's the first. It's one of the first stones that mention one of the Israelite gods. But it's called the Moabite stone because it's from the Moabites. Hold on, but it's more. I want y'all to see.
Didn't they just find a new Moabite stone?
Yes.
They just recently found
Moabite inscriptions. Here's another one. Ancient Moabite. And this is why
Can I see this?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. And this is why I love Wikipedia, because it has so much in-depth research that it will be really hard to find in the library. Can I see this book? Can I see that book? But they have all these references here. Let's check this one out. Here's another Moabite inscription. Ancient. Written language, Moabite language. Found in 1958. They've been knowing who you are. They've been finding your stuff.
Hell no. Where's shit?
You gotta mute your mic, whoever that's talking. You can't see who that's talking right now. Oh, let me see. Oh, there we go. All right, we got him. All right, y'all. So when we say we are descendants of the ancient Moabites, this is who we're talking about. Look at our artifacts that these scientists, these doctors who have studied for years and years and years in school, got all these degrees. What are they studying? They're studying our ancient artifacts.
Us.
They're studying us. That's why they got us on the dollar bill. We the most ancient. We the first to start this pyramid thing. Why they got a dollar? Why they got a pyramid on the dollar bill? Because the ancient Moabites gave them permission. We are descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwest and the southwestern shores of Africa. We're the ones who gave America permission to be here. We inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. The ancient Moabites. Ancient means back before there was history. We said ancient Moabites, before this, before America. That's why they got to put us on the dollar. And that's why they ain't switched the dollar up yet, have they? Where's the 2022 version of the dollar? So Moorish American, when you put that fez on, you put that turban on, and you proclaim your nationality in Temple 43, not only are you joining the family of nations, but you're tying yourself to being part and parcel of this said government. Ancient and indigenous Moorish Americans who gave America permission to be here. How about all the Masons and the Shriners and all them they know? Why? I'm a Mason. I became a Mason after I joined the temple because I was so fast. Let me see what these ones is talking about. We got the most ancient knowledge. What are they talking about? Well, you go to find out, oh, they're celebrating and reciting certain things that belong to us, but they have to do it in secret. Ooh. We can do it in public. So the FBI know exactly who we are. The CIA knows exactly who we are. The heads of everything knows exactly who you are being when you're walking around with this turban and this fez. When you are, hold on.
And the reason why you can do it in public is because it is a part of who you are. You know, these Masons, right? And all the people, because, you know, most presidents are Masons. Right? Most presidents were Masons.
Yes.
And are Masons, right? Yes. And so a lot of people put this stigma on Masons like, oh, they're devil worshipers and this and that, right? And so a lot of people like, why people put that on these people? Oh, because all the presidents were Masons. Did you not know? But then when you go learn the secrets of these Masons, you understand that what are they doing in secret is they're really doing your people stuff, but in secret though, but like behind closed doors in these secret chambers. Ooh, with these fezzes on.
With these fezzes on.
Shriner fezzes, and it's bound. So like it's so much deeper than we understand, right? But my husband became a Mason because he wanted to know.
I wanted to know.
He's a part of a lot of organizations.
How about Jesus? In our Quran, Jesus said, in all walks of life, I must walk so that I can better help my people.
And to be honest, the Masons do a lot of charity. That's all they're about, charity. And you can have all faiths. You just can't believe in the devil. You can't be satanic. So you can have any faith. You can be any faith and come there and be a Mason.
Believe in God.
Now, a lot of people like to say that the prophet was a Mason and they try to discredit our prophet, but no, he wasn't, because these organizations are also very, very ancient. So they have, you know, what do you call, like files and different things of who were Masons and who were not. Right. So if the prophet was a Mason, we would know that because it would be written down. See, like
it would be documented.
It would be documented. There you go. They have documentation that goes back thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
So we know that our prophet was not a Mason. Did he learn from Masonic, you know, things? Yes. There's you know, similarities within our organizations and the way we learn and things like that, just like there is in the Masonic organization. And we need to understand that. So when people put things out about Masons, you know, it's like, how do you know? Man must be what he knows.
Right. Man must be what he knows. This is the lessons I got from the Quran. This is why I went on that journey. And I became what I know. So now I know, the Masons don't even believe in Moorish science like that. They don't even take it seriously. Why? All these Moors is always talking about Mason this and Mason that and Mason this. But they are, you know, carrying on certain characteristics of us that is not out there. Also, another thing, man must be what he knows. So as a Mason, I should be able to speak on what they're doing. I should be able to know. And in that walk, I know there's no Noble Drew Ali in that area. He wasn't there. He's not part of any lodge. It would be documented if he was.
And let's keep it 100 that Masons owe their history to our people. So why don't they know about, like, this was something I gave my children, right? We read over different things about Masons and we read over things about Moorish Americans. And I told my children, why do you think that the Masons don't honor the prophet, or they don't honor Moorish Americans? And I have a 7th, a 6th grader, and a 4th grader writing, different essays or paragraphs. And so one of my children said, well, I think it's on purpose, and I think it's to keep people in a color code type of status. And I said, and so what do you mean by that? And they said, well, because, Masons are only in secret learning what we do in public. And so if they teach the Masons, that, if they give them that confidence, if they tell them, if they encourage them and they tell them, okay, look, you're a Moorish American, then Masonry wouldn't hold so much weight, it wouldn't be as important to these different, mind you, because all the presidents were Masons. And so my children are saying it's a plan to keep the people in this color code that they want them to keep them in. So we have what we call Freemasons, right? Or the Prince Hall Masons, what are the melanated Masons, right? And they got their authority from England. Okay. And so you would think that Masons kind of tie into England and all that. But no, in actuality, in secret, and what their lessons is about ancient history, ancient Egyptian or ancient, history that is our history, that ties into our people.
Yes.
So I think it's very true when my child was saying that they believe, you know what I'm saying, that they're hiding it on purpose, and they're doing it in secret on purpose so that you don't realize who you really are.
Right.
That they really honoring you as an individual. Yes. As your melanated state, you are the closest being to, what they're doing in secret and what they're learning in secret. And they don't want you to have that much power. They don't want you to know that.
Now watch this. Here goes my nationality card. And I want you to see how once you become Moorish American, hold on, let's go zoom in. Let's zoom it a little more. It should clear up. Oh, it's not clearing up. There it goes. There it goes. Boom. It says, this is your nationality and identification card for the Moorish Science Temple of America and birthrights for the Moorish Americans, etc. We honor all the divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius. May the blessings of the God of our Father Allah be upon you that carry this card. I do by declare that you are a Muslim under the divine laws of the Holy Quran of Mecca. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Then it says, I am a citizen of the USA. I am a citizen of the USA. Why? Because you're a part and parcel of this said government once you proclaim your nationality with Temple 43. You are a citizen of the USA just because you're on this dollar. Look, you're a citizen of the USA by birthright. That's you. That's what they're telling us. That's what we're teaching. This is what we're learning. This is you on that dollar. You're that ancient Moabite. All those ancient artifacts that they found, they caught the Moabite stone and all of this. Please go research that, because that's you. It's no denying who we are any longer. And the more you learn who you are, you go be yourself, Moorish American, everybody's going to be looking at you. The highest of the highest levels. They all are going to be looking at you because they know exactly who you are. Are you ready to be who you are?
Really quick, for me,
it's right,
this is really beautiful, because not only is it tying our brothers and sisters who think they're Black or African American into we the people of the United States, because you are a part of the United States before the United States of America was created. And for our people that think they're immigrants and think they have no rights to be here. We're telling them, our brothers and sisters from South America, our brothers and sisters from the adjacent islands, our brothers and sisters from Canada and what's that up there? Greenland.
Iceland,
we telling
Alaska.
all of them, hold on, y'all. You too. Not just the brothers and sisters right here
in America.
In America, you a part of it. Are you not South American?
Right.
Is that not an adjacent island that belongs to who? The United States.
The United States.
We giving our people the courage right?
To be American citizens.
To say this is your land. You gave those people authority. You gave the pale skin nations authority to be here.
Yes.
So we giving everybody.
And we telling them they're not immigrants.
You're not an immigrant. How about you got rights? And this is what I'm
partial to this government.
Really quick, I know this might be a little off subject, but this is what I always tell my husband, that the reason why they promote all these mandates on our people, you know, and they're out here giving out for free. They're giving this for free, right? This vaccination. And I said, you want to know why? Because here in Los Angeles, right, where we see it, it's everywhere. You could drive down the street, see them at the park. You could drive them down the street there in front of the CVS. You can go over here, they're over there, free vaccination. Anywhere you go, anywhere, any park, any public entity, they out at the church. How about they out there at the church? At the big mega mansion looking churches. They out there in front with the free vaccination.
Yes.
And I told my husband, I said, babe, it's only because they know their slaves very well. Right? We live in Los Angeles. And what's predominantly here is a lot of Hispanic or Spanish, right? Our Southern American Moors, brothers and sisters that are under the raft, and our, you know, our Black, quote unquote, African American brothers and sisters, right? And these people are scared of the government in which they live. They are scared. So our immigrant population, right? They are so scared. They are so scared that they're going to get taken to jail or they're going to get deported. So whatever they say, okay, we're going to go. And then this will kill me. You don't even need an ID. They don't even care. It's free. Just come on. We're going to give you a shot. Whether you got papers or not, if you in here legally, illegally, we don't care. Just come on. We're going to give you a shot. And I feel like our people are doing it because it's like, oh, that solidifies me. And see, I'm an American citizen. I'm listening. See, I'm paying my taxes. I'm getting my vaccination. They said, go get my vaccination. I'm going. And this is the psychology they got our people under. And it's like, what? So what about when the presidents, when they just, you know, denied the whole mandate for certain jobs, right? So now how y'all feel? Oh, it's unconstitutional. Oh, but y'all all shot up already. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna bring that up.
Man.
And they, oh well, I'm safe. I'm safe from the sickness. But you was just sick with COVID last week. But I didn't die though. But me either, and I'm not even vaccinated.
Oh, so what is this vaccine they put in them?
And the reason why they hound our people and they're everywhere. We're always in Palos Verdes. We're always in Beverly Hills and out there in Santa Ana. We're always everywhere, right? Y'all, they nowhere. You go out there with them pale skin nations over there in Palos Verdes, 30 minutes away, and nowhere. You don't see them nowhere. No, I'm like, well, we at the park. Where they at? Because if we go to the park in the neighborhood, they got the balloons, the big, and we thinking it's something popping. We're like, what's going on? Oh, free vaccination. Oh, yeah, no, that ain't for us. Let's go, kids. It's not that type of party. It's not our type of party.
Ooh.
But when we out there,
you don't see it at all.
You don't see it nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. You don't find them. You don't even see them. Where they at?
Right.
But they over here pushing it on our people like crazy. And our people just, all right, I'm going to, did you get your booster? Are you vaccinated yet? It's like,
well, hold on, I got asthma. Can I get a free asthma pump?
No,
that's $1 million. You better have insurance. But hold on, I'm dying from asthma, not COVID.
Diabetes.
No. But if you COVID shot, we got infinite doses. Infinite.
How about I'm starving? How about I ain't got enough money for rent? How about, oh, well, that's on you, but we got this shot. We're going to save your life.
I need some food. We hungry. That's going to keep us healthy. Nah, you got to pay for that. But this shot, we got the shot. Woo, we got shots. We got doses for y'all. Come on.
And our people out here running to get it.
I think Brother Boyer,
do you still have your hand raised, or is that from earlier? I think it was from
earlier. Okay. But yeah, they're like, they got infinite doses of COVID-19. But the other stuff that people need, no.
But supposedly the shelves it's no food.
It's no food.
We got money to make these vaccines though. But you starving.
Infinite. Water. We need some water over here.
It's a drought.
It's a drought. But they got infinite vaccines. Like, how y'all make it? And then so quickly. Just. They're
crazy.
everywhere.
And then our brothers and sisters that are under the wrath of Allah, they out here just running, just, okay, yes, master, yes. They said, go get the shot. The news said, go get the shot. And we just be looking like, what's really wrong with our brothers and sisters? They really crazy. They really under that psychology.
I want to show the people this real quick.
Yeah.
Just notice my name on here. It's Joel Adams. It's not Joel Adams L. Prophet said, do old business in your old name. You still have that name. You can do business with it. I threw this corporate demon in there to get beat up just to see. I utilize that.
And
name.
let me be honest with y'all. My husband be arguing with these Masons. I'm a wife. I'm just here to tell you. I'll be listening. I'll be like, what the? Because he argues with these brothers because, you know, they still in their black mentality. They're very Christianized. And my husband be throwing all this more science all up in there. And they be arguing. And I just be like, babe, you stressing me out. Like, leave them alone, you know. But he like, well, I'm teaching my fellow brothers and sisters. They need to know.
They need to know.
And so, you know, it'd be really funny. But there's also Moorish Americans that are Masons. There's a few other brothers there that are Moorish Americans as well.
But I use my old name to experiment with. Then we have this. This is the goal. The new name, the passport, the world identification, where you could travel the world and know who you are with that fez on. This is the most powerful part. The idea is cool, but it's this visual where all of the Shriners, the fez, the Masons, the leaders of the countries around the world.
They don't have that.
They don't have that on their thing. They have to wear theirs in secret. They have to wear theirs in secret. They have to wear it in secret. And another thing we have to clear up, this is just an organization of men, right? This Moorish science, it's a nationality, it's a government. These are two separate categories of people. We don't even need to worry about them. We're here now. And how about your assistant grand governor went through the trial, so you don't have to.
Where we going?
I walked down the road to find out about these people, so you don't have to. And they keep it 100. All they're doing is their charity work and beautiful things for humans. We can learn a lot from what they're doing. But again, we can't compare the two because this is an organization of good men who are doing good things for society, right? This is our nationality and birthrights as indigenous Moorish beings here in North America. That is not what they're talking about. So why do we talk about these two so much? Can we stop the chaos? Please. And they do more for the people out in public than the Moors are doing right now.
They do a lot of
and they've been doing it for thousands of years.
Yes, and they got long money, long finances.
Long ancient
yes,
money.
Buildings. Actually, our symposium that we gave, right? We shared it earlier with the class, everyone that was here this morning. We actually used a Masonic building to have our symposium in, where we invited the FBI. Also, I would like to, my husband earlier this morning was talking about the Black Panther movement, because we watched a movie recently,
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Right? We just happened to say, oh, let's see what they're talking about. And it was about the Black Panther movement. And it was really sad, okay? It was, I'm gonna be honest, a 22-year-old brother was murdered.
Yes.
A lot of brothers and sisters was murdered in that movement. And it seems very unfair to our people, right? But what we realized as Moorish Americans is like, look, they were doing stuff illegally already as Black people, right? Because legally in law, Black people do not have any standing in law. So how dare you walk around with a gun in the state capitol building or wherever they was at, you know, walked in there with guns, and it's like, y'all crazy, what in the world? Even though it was very bold. And it was very important as far as like, you know, our people trying to show like, we're not scared, like, okay, but where did y'all go? Y'all all went to jail, each and every one of them. And some of them didn't go to jail for that long, but what they did was they started paying attention to our people.
Yes.
They infiltrated our people. They paid even melanated brothers to go over there and tell them, you know, what all type of, you know, plan. Everything. And then they murdered people. It was just a chaotic situation. And like we said, even though they were doing things that they tried to do that they thought was correct, was very incorrect legally, for one.
it was characteristic. See, they weren't being careful with their language and their
Yes,
words.
you have to be very careful what you say, because not only did y'all put the light on you guys by walking into the Capitol buildings with guns, now they want to watch you and they're going to portray you and they're going to listen and they're going to do whatever to see who you are.
Tap.
And then you over here talking all this crazy terrorist talk like, we going to kill the pigs and this and that. And we understand, you know, that the quote unquote pigs or the policy enforcers were being unfair themselves. They were, you know, treating our people very, very inhumane just because of the color of their skin, right? Or the shade of their skin. And we get it. We get that our brothers and sisters were retaliating and that they were trying to unify and that they were trying to do the right thing, right? But you have to watch what you say. You have to be very careful. And this is why my husband went to the FBI to knock on their doors.
Yes.
It was a reason as far as, okay, if we are the national government, you the highest police? Okay. Yeah. You, not the CIA, even though I think we have a connect within our nation, within our government with the CIA, but the CIA is a foreign officers. They're foreign policy enforcers for people, for, you know, other nations of the earth, not here in America. Here in America, the top, you know, security that we have is the FBI for us here. Here, domestic. Right. So this is why my husband chose to go after that entity or whatever you want to
just to also prove we're not doing the same things that the Negroes were doing. So why should we be afraid or angry behind what was done?
And our principles are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We're not under any, you know, authoritative gun holding, you know, I mean, we know our rights now, you know what I'm saying? We know our amendments and we know all of that, but we're not out here trying to say, we'll shoot y'all up, we'll kill y'all, we'll do this, we'll do that. See, the language that they were using was very incorrect.
Right.
Especially if you don't put the spotlight on your organization, you can't talk like that. And this is why this is so important. This is why we're not afraid. This is why we're okay to see what they have for us, because we're not the blacks. We're not the ones who are trying to
overthrow the country.
Yeah, or say that being black is, you know, prideful, you know, because we know that is not who we are. That's not what we believe in. That's not what we tying ourselves into. Yes, those are our brothers and sisters, but we're trying to wake them up. And this is why the Grand Governor just sent out a national state of emergency for our temple.
Yes.
Shout out to the Grand Governor. I think today is his birthday.
Yes.
So happy birthday to our governor, our Grand Governor. I mean, we give him a lot of, you know, praise and honors because, you know, he has, you know, he's done not just him, but him along with the sheiks, my husband, Brother Hardister, but all the sheiks within our temple, right? These brothers have been holding it down together, you know, for us for over 10 years, I guess, together, right? It's been over 10 years. But that y'all been together.
Yeah.
So
13.
So over 10 years, or it'll be 10 years, almost 10 years now, that these brothers held it together and they did everything properly. Sorry, y'all. We active parents and JL is like, all right, y'all been here long enough. But so yeah, honor to all our brothers, right? And so like I was saying before, that the reason why my husband chose to go partner with the FBI, or just not even partner, just to see, okay, well, what do you guys have for us? Because we're not black, we're not Negroes, we're not the Black Panther Party, we're not none of this. What do you have for my people? What do you have to offer us? Because we are part of this national government. We know who we are. We know that we gave y'all authority. We know that you work for us. So what do you have for our people? Can we see what y'all got for us? And on top of that, they you know, they were like, okay, you know, because my husband came down, he walked down there. My husband is very active. Like I said, he's a part of a lot of organizations. He's a part of the UN, the LA chapter, right? The UN, the United Nations. He's a part of the Masonic Lodge. He's a part of this, you know, he's the assistant grand governor of this. And then also with the FBI, right, he knocked on their door and he was like, okay, what do you have for us? So they said, well, who are you guys? We want to know who you guys are before we, you know, tie ourselves into you guys. So our grand governor wrote up, this extensive. One thing about the grand governor, y'all, he's a just creative, just writer. I can't, sometimes it be so deep. I be like, how does he put this stuff on paper? It's so much. Like, he wrote this crazy, I don't know how many page, informative paper about Moorish Americans and who we believe we are and who we tied into. It was some great information. And me and my husband sat down and reread it page for page before we turned it in to see if there was any mistakes or whatever. And so we send it to them. And you guys, we were waiting like, okay, are they going to say we crazy? Are they going to say, yes, you guys are, real? What's going to happen? Are they going to ignore us? And y'all, they came back and they said, okay, we want to set something up for you guys. What do you guys need? What do you guys want? And so they said, we have this civil rights. It was a civil rights thing.
Yes.
Right. We have
civil rights. Because a lot of our people didn't know that the FBI deals with civil rights issues.
Right. So they gave us this civil rights symposium. It was kind of like a civil rights thing to know our rights or whatever. We're like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So we, we asked a brother from one of the Masonic lodges, can we rent their, their space out? Because the Masons have buildings everywhere. And so some were very expensive. And so we found one that wasn't so expensive. And so we went there and, I cooked all this Cuban food. And so we all went there as brothers and sisters and we went and sat to learn to see what they had for us. And it was very interesting. Like they brought their attorney, the district attorney for the FBI, for the LA chapter. Diane Gonzalez, who was the main speaker, she is, I forget what she's a part of, but she's been in FBI for 50 something years. Her husband was there. And then I think like 4 or 5 other agents were also there in attendance. And for me, what stood out the most was the attorney, their attorney. Like, he was giving us all this game. He was telling us, like, if the police officers, if they do certain things, if they violate your rights, if they this and that, you call us, you call the FBI, because we're going to go after them to make sure that they're not, violating your rights. And so we're like, the FBI, like what? So the FBI is basically like their superiority, like they're their supervisors. If the police has assaulted you or has violated your rights, then we can literally call the FBI and let them know of the situation. And the FBI has to go in and investigate. Right. And we understand that they are kind of under the same, they get paid by the same entity, right? They're still government officials. But us coming to them, letting them know exactly who we are, they were like, look, we want to partner with y'all. First of all, y'all are brothers and sisters. We understand what y'all doing, what all of this. And they were like, yes, let's partner. We got this for you. So ever since then, it's been like 2 years now.
Yes.
Diane always sends us jobs, and no, not informant jobs, like, because a lot of people like, y'all mess with the FBI, and it's like, yeah, but we don't mean informant jobs. Like, they're not paying us to be informants or anything like that. Like, we mean jobs for real, like FBI jobs. Like, they have nursing jobs in the FBI. They have just everything.
IT
they
jobs.
got IT jobs. They got janitorial positions. They got, and she sends us all these job offers all the time. Recently, she just hit us up and said that the Galaxy, the soccer team, the Galaxy, I guess, that they were doing, they were gonna, I guess, have like this thing where you can come, if you're a soccer player, come and try out. And so if you want to be part of that, then you could be part of that. And it's all here in the LA chapter. But what I love about my husband and about all the sheiks and about Grand Governor is that they're very bold, right? And I'm like, recently, the Grand Governor just sent out a declaration of emergency for our government, for our nation. And he hit up Nancy Pelosi. He hit up all these congressmen. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I'm like, he is not playing. And that's what I love about this temple, that they're taking everything very seriously. We're under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So what do we fear? We're doing everything under our law. So there's nothing to fear.
Nope. And that's where the Black Panthers and them went wrong, because they were doing everything out of hate. They were doing everything out of anger, we're going to get you back, and we're going to rinse these out. We're going to get you back. Ooh, look at this. She don't want me to sit her down. But we was doing things out of they were doing things out of hate, and we're gonna get you back, and the white man ain't this, and the white man ain't that, and kill the pig and hate the pig, and kill the pig and hate the pig, and shoot him and shoot him and shoot him and shoot him. And the prophet said, "Oh, we're love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We're not terrorists. Actually, we're indigenous to the land. We allowed you to be here, FBI. So let's work together as a team for the betterment of humanity." The Black Panthers, we're gonna kill you. We're gonna take over. Organize, get them. You can do it. The prophet, man honors man. What man does to man, he does to Allah.
Right.
You see the difference in perspective? This is why the FBI can deal with us. FBI, we are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We are not terrorists. We do not want to tear up America. Actually, we're on the same team as you. We support America. We love America. We allowed America to be here on this land. So let's work together for the benefit of society so that we can have a better society out here. So that we can raise our children up better in a better world. So that we can get the Negro out of here, FBI. FBI, we're trying to get the Negro out of here too.
We actually trying to wake them up.
We got the order from the prophet too. That Negro mindset must be erased off of this earth.
Yes.
And by being more Americans, FBI, the principles that we are teaching our people of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and they read it, they screamed through it. These Negroes, they want to, but no, we're love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Our swag is we're going to help society. We're going to teach men how to be better men. We're going to teach the Negro how to be a human being again. We're going to clean him up. Look at our principles. Actually, look at our government. It's been existing since 1913, FBI. And the FBI said, you guys are wonderful. We want to work with you. We want to work with you to better the civil rights of your people. Actually, we want to work with you because ever since the 1950s, ourselves and your people have had drama between each other. There's been tension between us and your people. And finally, the FBI and the melanated beings of America can come together and work for harmony. We're not mad at you for what you did. The Negro is crazy, and the Negro does need to be stopped. But we're here as non-Negroes, but we're on the same team of cleaning up that destructive satanic mentality. And they said, we love what you're doing. We honor the prophet. We honor the Constitution.
Yes.
This is why we're connected with these people. This is why we're on another level here. We're not victims anymore. We're working together to repair relationships.
Yeah.
We're not worried about the past. We're worried about now. Even if you did do me wrong, my Quran said, I am to give you love anyway. So come on, FBI, let's sit down at this table.
Yes.
And let's talk about how we're going to work together.
And I also thought it was very surprising that they sat and ate with us, y'all. Like, we could have poisoned these people. Not saying that that's what we want to do because we love truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And obviously they believed what we were talking about because they sat down and ate our food.
Yes.
Had seconds. Asked me for a catering car service. I said, for real? I gave it to him. I was like, here you go. I don't even cater food. I'm a nonprofit organization. I just happen, to do this. But here, I'll cater y'all events if that's what y'all trying to do, if the money right. But they sat and ate with us and had seconds. Like they loved that food. And I was just like, that's kind of crazy. Like, we could have poisoned them if we wanted to, you know what I'm saying? But that's not what we're on. No, and obviously that's why they trusted us and they were there. And they were willing to help us and not that they're giving us money, because a lot of people are like, well, what they doing for y'all? They giving y'all money. It's like everything is not about money. No. We're not even talking about money. It's about the relationship. It's about, who we can call, who, if you need, like, look, they gave us this to put on our resumes. Right? Or just anything. I mean, they gave each and every, we all have one. I have one. All my children have one. Everyone who can, we all got one of these. It was just, something that they're and they do have grants, but our temple does not have like a DUN number and what is it? it's a few things that we need to ask for before we can apply for grants. And so they do have these different resources, but we still can't apply to them because we don't have these certain things. But, you know, the beauty of it was that they came, they said, they talked to us.
And they believed
in what the prophet was saying. And they were very respectful, very respectful to our people. And they said, and they ate amongst us, and we have a good friendship with them. You know, before things start popping out, she'll hit us with, be careful with, you know, doing stuff online, or y'all be careful with these, you know, different loans that are out there, COVID loans, because y'all, they gonna come after them people. Y'all be careful. She be hitting us. She be giving us, you know, information like, you know, let the people know, be careful with this, be careful with that, be careful. I think the last one was not traffic. It was some trafficking. Was it human trafficking? No, a mule, money mule. It was this flyer about don't be a money mule. Right now, people are doing a lot of internet scheming and scamming. Be careful. So it was this flyer saying basically be careful of, like, you know, being caught in a money scheme, you know, and things like that. And so she was, you know, she just sends us things. And we're not saying that the FBI is perfect, because it still wasn't fair what they did and how they infiltrated and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, we're here to wake our people up out of that mentality, out of that fear, out of that.
We did something that's historic.
Right.
We sat down with this organization that our people have been afraid of for so long, have had beef with. Martin Luther King didn't do it. Malcolm X didn't do it. Temple 43 sat down with that FBI. What problems do we have anymore? We're repairing the historic damage that the Negroes and the FBI have gone through. We're repairing this. Why? With what? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Everyone loves to see a more coming. Everyone says, oh my God, look, they've woken up. They're not Negro. No, I don't have to be scared around my things. I don't have to be worried. They're Moorish Americans. Even the FBI, thank God they're coming back.
Yes.
Why? They all got fezzes in secret. Ain't they all Masons? Ain't they all Shriners?
Yep.
So they all got this in secret. And when they see us coming, Lord have mercy, our lives real. They're coming back. So, you know, that's what we did. And this is why we did it. And this is why our temple is recognized. They help us push some of our things through so that we can be even more recognized. Actually, they let us on the way to the process.
Yes.
You know, actually, it was the Bureau of Secret Intelligence, which is known as the Diplomatic Security Service, who is the law enforcement service of the State Department. They told us, but the FBI runs that whole building. So, of course, they looked us up, and, you know, we're just in a wonderful position. And again, why? Because we're part and parcel of this said government. We really are them ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwest and the southwest shores of Africa. That's you.
Yes.
We're just showing you the power that you have.
And you're born in North America. So because you're born in North America, you are not foreign. You're a national of this said government.
This is why I love this Sunday school. We come and we inspire ourselves. You know, iron sharpens iron, and speaking to y'all, and you know, I get charged up. Yes, I can't wait to go outside with my festival. Y'all see me? Y'all got the satellites everywhere. Y'all see my tassel swinging? They showed us a satellite image of a volcano that blew up in the water this week.
Yeah.
So y'all got satellite images, right? Y'all see our faces on? We out here. We back. You know, that's what we show in the world. So just be inspired. Be beautiful. We love you all, man. We powerful people. We are here.
I think it's 12:30.
Our history is amazing. Woo! We're about to kind of shut it down.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're about to shut down because it's about that time. Again, today is the Grand Governor's birthday. So we would like to our solar return.
Yes.
So we would like to just, you know, extend, you know, some love out to him today.
Man, this brother right here is the first. He was the only one holding the prophet out in front.
Yeah.
He's a legend in the fact that he's a historical figure. Not only is his book something that a lot of scholars aren't doing, but the way in which he was able to cut through the drama and cut through the trauma and keep the prophet out in front and dedicate himself to the temple. Man, we all wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that brother. He woke me up back in 2013 And ever since that, y'all, ever since I came into this temple,
okay, in a minute we're gonna go to the park.
I got a family. I got so many blessings. I found a prophet through this brother. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know this is a historical figure in history. Our grand governor, he's kind of like Malcolm X in the fact that he's leading the way. He's before his time. They'll be talking about us. Man, them Moors was new back in the day. And it's because of our grand governor that we're in this position, y'all. This man is amazing.
Okay, fine.
We appreciate him. Is there anything else? And we'll see you at Sunday meeting. Our Sunday meeting later. We have an emergency meeting coming up. JL's taking my wife away. Bye. Bye. See you later. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
I can't really. Oh, tell people about the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, here, let me put the YouTube channel up for you guys. What we've been doing is we've been uploading our videos to YouTube. So if y'all want to hear us throughout the week, you know, you want to go I'm going to post the link. Hold on. Uh-oh. Who is that? Who is that? Oh, they muted. I'm gonna post the link really fast for you guys. Check us out. Check our videos. Videos. Yeah, it's our videos. Here, I'm gonna just do this. No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just go to this one, go to the channel and get the rest.
Oh, look at my face.
Here, share, copy. All right, and we're gonna put it into the chat right now. Somebody's coming in. But yeah, y'all, we're Moorish Americans. We own the dollar bill. Y'all seen yourselves. We are unstoppable. Everybody know who we are, even though they want to play and be a secret. We're unstoppable. We're powerful. We're always inspired, man. I just love being Moorish American. And I love, you know, talking to the people, inspiring the people. We not Negroes no more, y'all. We ain't got to be scared of the police, got to be scared of the FBI, got to be scared of anything. We got Allah on our side. We got the cherubim and seraphim, got our back through any struggle. Man, we are in heaven, angels. What's up? We know Allah. We not Negroes no more. The police ain't after us. We've been redeemed. It's like we got put out of jail. Like, we appreciate Allah and his works. We can see him in everything we do. We honor man, so we got good karma. We do people well so that well things come to us. We always win. We'll never lose. We'll never be hungry because Allah is our Father. He created us. Then we know how the temple is set up. We're part of a real temple because our temple is set up. Religious Corporation Act, just like the Vatican. Now I'm protected legally and lawfully. Now I found out I'm an ancient Moabite who inhabited the northwest and southwestern shores of Africa. Then I found out they have Moabite inscriptions and excavations that are in my name when I wear this fez. Then I find out all of the secret intelligence agencies, from the Masons to the Shriners to the FBI to the CIA, they know exactly who I am when I wear this fez outside. Are we not angels moving? We have one more question before we go. Victor Lydia II L.
Yeah.
And I've also posted the link. Islam.
Islam, brother, peace and love. Hey, I got a question for you. I was doing my studies in the modules. I had one question for you. It was kind of hard for me to find.
Okay.
It said, where would a Moorish American national domicile be located? And I feel where it's coming from when it says the living flesh and blood of my body and where I stand, because of course we live in a world within before we take care of the world without, right?
Yes.
But I couldn't actually find that when I look in the questions or the Quran or the student manuals or anything like that. So I was wondering if you could help me out with that.
Yes, sir. And I'm also glad that you're doing those modules. Again, our grand governor was genius enough to create a, low-key little university or course for us to learn. There's so much amazing information. But our domicile would be the Moorish Science Temple of America, the original temple, which is the Prophet's Temple, because domicile is where we get our legal rights from, or it's where we get our laws from, or the laws that govern our existence here on earth or here in America. That's what domicile is. And our domicile is the Moorish Science Temple of America, because that's where we get our divine constitution. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members. That's my law. That's the law that governs me, officer. So when you're trying to tell me I need to do this and do that, hold on, I have a constitution. You see the feds. I'm domiciled in a different jurisdiction now, sir. So yes, we say that the Moorish Science Temple of America, either Temple 43 or the original, is the domicile for all Moorish Americans.
Okay, if I can ask you for greater clarification, because it has
Sure.
actually both of those temples. It has the Temple 43 that we proclaim our nationality in, and it also has the original with Chicago, Illinois.
Okay. And I would go with Temple 43 because it has been legally accepted as far as where you proclaim your nationality in, where you got your proclamation document from. You have proof that you are connected with Temple 43. You don't necessarily have proof you connected with the original one in Chicago. So Temple, it's the same. It's just, I will go with Temple 43 since we have actual, proof and documentation. That's another thing that's wonderful with us. We actually have documentation that we give you as proof, not just your nationality card, but your proclamation document. It's just genius.
Right.
He set it up. Yeah.
Hey,
So,
I appreciate the guidance, brother.
Very welcome. Islamism. Yes. But if that's the last question, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Have a beautiful day. Go love on somebody. Send somebody some good thoughts. Get some good karma. Just, I love you. I love this person. Send your enemy some love too, to get that extra boost of blessings from Allah. Remember, we're working with laws here. That's just like gravity. Gravity never stops. It's always working. The laws of Allah are always in place. You can always get a blessing at any moment. It's never too late. Okay, JL, she wants us to go to the park. So, 2 fingers on the right, 5 on the left. Please sit or stand in silent benediction as I pray us out. I see you in our emergency meeting and our Sunday meeting coming up soon. Allah, please bind our hearts and minds back to our ancient fathers' divine creed and principles. This we ask in thy holy name and 7 Elohim. Islamism. Go be great, y'all. Our wonderful angel nation, go be wonderful angels today, man. Go bless somebody because y'all are powerful. We in this temple together, we are unstoppable. We are the national government moving. We are back. We are the pyramid on the dollar. Go look at your dollars today. Go spend some. But Islam, I love y'all and I'll see you all. Thank you. It's a great Sunday school. Someone said, we love you, appreciate you. And we will see you next Sunday. Please check out the YouTube channel if you have time. It's kind of long. So Islamism, we love y'all. Bye-bye. Peace and love.